welcome back to Streamline Entertainment. Someone told me to have a look at this. TikTok's Kelsey and Warrior. Math ain't mathing. And this was last month, 15th of the 8th, 2025. What do I make of it? Because obviously Duncan's been talking about this, Mia, and many other people's been talking about it. Whether it's you have to be suspicious of it or not. I mean, look, I'll play the video and then I'll basically question it.
All right, pick up with that one. How long have you known Lucy?
Since year one.
Oh wow. So what about Jay? How well did you know Jay?
Not that well.
Not that well. Lucy knew him well, yeah?
Yeah. So did Brandon.
Because they were best friends, were they not? Well, supposedly. How old are you, Mia?
27.
27. Asking, can you say yes or no answer to this question? The beach footage, yes or no?
No.
Okay. And was Jay in the ravine? It's not me, it's asking, someone else has in the chat.
Yes.
There was no receipts to show it or anything, if you know what I mean.
She has all the proof, her side.
Yeah, she did say that, but then she didn't pass anything over, if you know what I mean.
She will send it.
She said that to me as well and never sent it either.
Her friends with Lucy and Brandon.
Okay. And why is Brandon staying quiet? Do you know? Is it just for safety, or is it just because he knows more?
For safety, and he knows more.
I felt like that. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, I won't keep recording.
He's in Portugal at the moment still.
Okay.
Hiding there.
And she with Rocky in Portugal.
For a bit, yes.
Yeah,
Hiding from The question in the chat was Brandon involved? I don't know if you can answer that. It might be quite a deep question, but I'll ask it for them. And yeah, it's up to you how you want to answer it.
Yeah, that's what I was asking a little while ago. Where's he gone? He's disappeared.
Oh, yeah, he is involved.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Well, I think we can all know. We all know that anyway.
I hate him so much.
yeah.
Look, my point on this, I did have a listen to it. And like I said, maybe Mia's, it's definitely the same voice as it was on EP's live. Basically the same girl. I don't think she's 27. I think she just made that up, protecting herself, because she knows that there are a lot of people involved in this case which are no good at the end of the day. And she definitely didn't want to talk to Luggy, or maybe afraid to do so at the end of the day. And don't forget, EP did eliminate him from that live chat due to the way he was going on. At the end of the day, you have to respect people's lives as it is. I mean, some of the streamliners asked me to look into it at the end of the day, but like I said, in this, what you call a high-profile case, and the people involved and the nasty people involved, I don't think this Mia is 27, to be honest with you. She just sounds much younger in that, just the way she's talking personally. I think she's 19 or 20. I think she was very honest in the second video, but like I said, there's a possibility she could just be trying to protect herself, knowing that they're nasty people who possibly could harm her or give her a lot of abuse online. Maybe there are people that are probably that know the truth, are probably fed up of the lies in this case, and thought that I'm going to stand up and do something Now, technically, that this case has come to a close and we're just waiting for the documentaries to actually come out. I've always said, basically, after the final coroner's report that the Jay Slater case was an accident, I do believe that there are people out there who know the truth and have it on their phones and stuff like that, and it's just a matter of time before it all starts coming out and people start squabbling amongst themselves. I mean, there are obviously people who recognise her voice as well, and basically I think you've got a lot to lose if you're coming on and lying on basically podcasts with so many people still invested in this case. I just don't think she'd be silly enough to do that, to be honest with you. But most of the stuff she actually said, we actually thought anyway. And it was put out on videos of what we thought. And that was the reason why we were all getting so much shite. The other thing is why did Lug and Chris Tenerife actually come in to that live? That was odd at the end of the day to obviously stop this young woman from talking. That didn't make sense to me because, like I said, like Duncan said, if you're part of the accident crew, why does it bother you if other people are talking about the case? That just doesn't make sense to me. There's some things that just don't add up. Do you know what I mean? That people can't talk freely in these lives, especially when the accident crew actually come in and try to exploit and basically put their own dampener on it, that people can't talk or people are afraid to express themselves at the end of the day because the Lord of the Manors are in there and you can't say anything against them. At the end of the day, the whole live basically is to basically for everyone to have a discussion and take the time, and it should never be a squabble, to be honest with you. I do think that I think Mia needs to explain a little bit more, I think, at the end of the day. But like I said, she did, like Duncan said, she did basically question that Chris Tenerife knows her at the end of the day. But like I said, Chris was adamant that he didn't know her, which is fair enough, each to his own at the end of the day. But they're all going to protect their own interest in what they want to do. But I'm actually glad she come out because, like I said, this is one of the reasons why this documentary is on hold, because the other side are not sure how the public are going to take it. Because obviously, if it's based on fakery, I think there's going to be a lot of complaints to get basically that documentary taken down. It's simple, but like I said, we've got to look at all the facts in what people might think. Some people may go with it. I understand that. I appreciate everyone's point of views. It may not be the same as mine, and I truly respect that. But I think we need to discuss this case diplomatically and in a way where it does make sense. I wouldn't say I'm looking forward to seeing the documentary. It's just basically just seeing what they say, and I'm sure all the sleuths who are involved in this case will just take a look in just to see what it actually says. I do think it's going to have a lot of attack on the sleuths and freedom of speech as well. I really, really do. But like I said, we weren't the ones who were setting the narratives out there. We were just discussing what we heard from MWT, who made it from an accident case, because we didn't really know about Rocky, Ayub, and the rest of them at the end of the day. We thought at first, I did think from the first day, oh, it's just a tragic accident. But then when you realised the people involved in this case, you're like, what the hell? What is going on? There's something really, really strange in this case that I can't put my finger on, because so many people are telling two different stories and so many people are lying for each other, and there's too many people involved, and there's too many people being closed down for just having an opinion, which I think it's just bang out of order. Let me know what you think, people. I want your views on what Mia said. Did it make sense to you? Is she, was she somebody else that was trying to give us some messages into what happened to Jay? Was she the one who's putting the videos out that she had? She keeps on saying Lucy has got all the proof of everything. Has she now at the end of the day, or basically, because obviously she said to a TikToker, Haley Comet, that she hasn't got any evidence on her phone of back and forth conversations with Jay Slater. But like I said, whether you believe that, to be honest, I do think that Lucy talking to her in messages that she was very, very vague and didn't want to get into a deep conversation about Jay Slater, much like Ayab, much like Rocky, and much like the rest of them who are out there. But like, I will listen to this documentary and watch and listen to this documentary and maybe have my own viewpoints out of it at the end of the day. But like I said, don't be surprised if we start getting videos and other things that start coming on to the internet, which we haven't seen before. Because like I said, I just don't think this case is over, and I think it should be discussed. I think more people should come out, to be honest, and tell us their side of the story. And I think if more people did like Mia, I think it'll tell us a different story into what happened in the Jay Slater case. Thank you very much, people. Don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Entertainment and follow the channel. Thank you.